I'm John Craven with BevNet, and today we're here at the 2015 Winter Fancy Food Show, and we're at the Revive Kombucha booth, and I'm here with Sean Lovett.
Revive.
Okay, Revive Kombucha today, great. So you guys have been, get down to business here.
Yeah.
You guys have been in the middle of a distribution transition, basically as, Green Shoots is kind of, going out of the picture
Sure.
here. Can you give us, just some insight into kind of, what that means for Revive and what you guys are doing?
Yeah, it's, obviously as a small business, trying to support another small business as we did with Green Shoots, very challenging to sort of navigate these sort of financial issues that we have to deal with, when your major, distribution supplier goes out of business. But, we've been anticipating some of this, and like I said, from the get-go, we've wanted to be our own DSD, provider. We've always kept a truck on the road. Along the way, we realized that there was probably people who knew how to do that business better than us, and that's why we went with the Green Shoots. They could offer us something that we couldn't do ourselves. Certainly expanding a distribution network is very challenging. So anyway, yeah, we'll be able to put our own trucks on the road, our own people, go service those retailers, keep them happy. And at the end of the day, it's about keeping our product on the shelf, keeping the shelf space, protected.
In terms of where, you're focusing at this point, has the geographical footprint changed at all, as a result of, just the shift in distribution?
Immediately not, but obviously what we've done is look beyond DSD at this point and to see sort of how we could expand as a company and our distribution, and that's led us to Unify. So we're focused on a Unify transition now, mid-February, and that's really been made possible by a new case pack that we've been working on for about 18 months, which is our own custom crate. You'll show that at some point, right, in this video, right? It's super sexy.
There you go.
But that, our bottle exchange, we proved proof and concept that people were into it. The retailers understand the metrics behind that. Our 75% annualized return rate, that, people are walking back into the store with our bottles, cash in hand.
So 75% of the bottles that are going out are coming back?
Coming back to us.
Awesome.
Right. And that, it's happening at retailers across the board, right? It's not just Whole Foods, right? It's, the Oliver's Markets up by us, the local co-ops, right? And, there's bigger retailers that are interested in the same program because, they see the advantage of that, Now with the, Unify on board and other big distributors with a more formalized case pack, I would say, right? That's easier to work in the traditional freight LTL than our existing case pack. We'll be able to expand all throughout the West Coast.
And you guys have, a couple different formats in, the single-serve bottle. You've got the growler, you've got kegs. Other kombucha companies seem like they're more focused on one format. I mean, why has Revive decided to go, so wide with that?
Well, I think kegs are awesome because it's on tap, right? And,
sure.
As beer lovers, right? It's like sentimental, right? So it's, cool to see your product on tap, first of all. But, it's how I started selling it in the farmer's market, was selling it on tap. And then the growler was really, as a 3-bottle-a-day GT guy, a way to offer, that volume discount to the farmer's market, shopper. I was never going to be able to make my product as cheap as him. I still never will be able
Sure.
to. But at least, if somebody's committed to buying that much of our product, we should give them a discount.
And the growlers in particular have been doing really well for you guys.
Oh,
right?
yeah, it's a huge part of our business, more so than we'd like to tell our competitors.
Right, of course. And I guess that's something like right now they're kind of on the lower shelf, as you mentioned, sort of, I guess, is like a bulk item.
Yeah.
Is that something that, has been helped by the fact that there are, brands like Suja or Harmless Harvest kind of down there with you, or?
Sure. Well, boy, that whole functional set is a, tricky landscape to go navigate.
Sure.
But yeah, it does help, maybe the waters, the Sujas with the larger format. Adwala had those big juice packs, right? We could get down there. Typically, it's just that middle shelf space is really competitive, right? And GT's kind of has that whole space. And other competitors have been smart, right, and created bottles that'll fit in that space. On the other side, the flip side, it's been somewhat of an advantage for us because no one really wants to play down there. So a lot of retailers will let's just say, fine, take the whole thing, right? So we get to go, lay out this wide footprint with the growlers and the 16 ounces.
Now let's talk about the kombucha category a little bit and sort of, how that's evolved since you've been in it. I mean, it seems like every kombucha brand that we talk to talks about kind of the days of having to explain kombucha to a lot of people.
Right.
I mean, I know it's still out there, but as we look at your booth here, which is pretty slammed with people, it seems like a lot of people know what kombucha is, right? I mean, how has that changed over time?
Yeah, well, I mean, still, whether it's at a store demo or a festival or at these events, more than half the people don't even know what kombucha is. And then probably the larger challenge is so many people have tried it and not liked it.
Gotcha.
Right? And so you have to kind of reel them back in, explain to them why they should like it, why they should try it. Hey, maybe ours is a little different, it's, even though I when I met GT for the first time, I gave him a big hug and thanked him for paving this long road that we all get to go walk on now, right? I mean, he forged that battle for 16 years before a lot of us showed up, right? And there's other brands, that have been doing it,
sure.
Kombucha Wonder Drink, and, a bunch of guys that have been doing it for a while. But, I think it's on just like craft beer, it's our job to go educate that consumer, right, of why they want to drink our products, right, why they should drink ours versus other kombucha, or why they should drink ours versus soda or, any other beverage for that matter.
For
right?
sure.
Yeah.
So I guess as we wrap up here, what else is on the horizon for Revive? Can you give us any insight into the future here?
Sure.
2015?
Yeah. 2015, we got 3 new flavors we're coming out with at Expo. We're excited. Obviously, I can't tell you what those are yet.
All right, we'll be back in March, right?
I'll tell you, Think Samurai is one of them.
Okay.
Right? A little hint there, but that's
right.
about all I can tell you. Our case pack is really the biggest thing, right? Our case pack, our whole packaging, Expo, just look out. Like we've got, we're fully committed to reuse for 2015, the packaging we're bringing, and then we're putting together a new facility in Sonoma County that'll allow us to, I wouldn't say automate what we're doing, full custom wash to bottle production line, all based off the German model, Ferris wheels included.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We'll have windows. The public can come down. They can see what we're doing. I mean, we're the only company in the whole country that's doing something like this.
Nice. Well, awesome. I guess best of luck here at the show.
Cheers.
And good luck in 2015, Sean. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.